that help identify the perception of the district. For example, when the town of Berthoud needed to upgrade its storm sewer system and was going to do a major construction project downtown, the Main Street program stepped forward and sought grants to identify and improve the aesthetic aspects of what happened above ground, and created a new streetscape that really helped turn around the perception of the downtown, that included custom designed benches and art installations, and really made the downtown a more attractive place to come as a customer or a business. A lot of main streets are looking at functional issues as well. For example, the town of Rifle recently installed a pedestrian refuge island in the center of a busy street, allowing people to cross the street from one part of the Main Street commercial district to another. Arvada recently upgraded lighting between the central restaurant district and an underutilized parking lot. And the city of Victor is working on building a parking lot that can function as a plaza as well as a place to show movies in the summer. So these are just some of the examples of ways that design is really about how the district functions as a place and as an economic place. And design often works with the private sector as well, whether it's helping a business owner improve their window displays and floor layout, improve their signage, or spruce up their building with paint, or helping to preserve the integrity of buildings, to repurpose historic buildings, or even bring in new development to the district. The promotions point is about developing the market for the district. Often promotions works with identifying the market niches that are relevant for your customer base in your district, and that might be your local customer base, it might be regional, it might be tourists and folks passing through. And it helps identify a brand that's authentic and attractive. The promotions committee may work on a marketing plan. Promotions includes campaigns in the way of advertising, restaurant and retail events, cross promotions amongst businesses on the Main Street. It may include buy local campaigns, small business Saturdays, or holiday promotions. And it also includes the larger special events that draw people to your district, whether that's an Oktoberfest or whatnot. A great example of an event here in Colorado is Lake City Uncorked, the wine and music festival that occurs each September in Lake City. And while it's a fun event, it includes music, it includes wines, it's also a very strategic event because Lake City, being an isolated mountain community, wanted to extend their shoulder season. And so they developed this event that happens each year in September and has drawn between $150,000 and $200,000 of business each year to their local businesses, as well as being a major fundraising event for their Main Street organization. And so that's just one way that promotions ties into the development of the district. And finally, the economic restructuring point is really about business and entrepreneurial development. Economic restructuring often focuses on retention and expansion of existing businesses. Main Street organizations and staff work with local businesses to find out what their needs are and to either directly offer assistance or to tie them in with programs through chambers of commerce, through the small business development centers, or through various loan funds for business development, for example. Economic restructuring also focuses on attracting entrepreneurs to your district, promoting spaces that are available for new business within the district, helping business owners to stage and market their buildings to preserve the historic integrity as they do that. Some districts develop business incubators with or without walls. Some offer revolving loan programs themselves. So there's really a broad number of ways that Main Street organizations can tailor economic restructuring to their local needs. And it also means being a liaison to the city, ensuring that there's a clear process for businesses to get permitted, perhaps working with the city on a brochure on opening a business in your community, making sure that there's a prospect packet for businesses that might be interested, working with city staff to apply things like the existing building code, so owners of historic buildings have an easier time reusing their buildings and maintaining the historic integrity of their buildings as they do so. So how does a community get started in Main Street? As I said, Main Street is an incremental approach, and it's heavily reliant on local volunteers, local stakeholders, and local support. Main Street programs generally start small. They often demonstrate success, whether it's through a downtown cleanup or fixing up and occupying a building that's been kind of a drag on the downtown for some time. Perhaps adding signage. We often go to communities that have been talking for years about, wouldn't it be great if we just had signage getting people off the state highway to our downtown? But it hasn't happened because that movement hasn't coalesced. So some of these small early victories help the community to come together and can help a community move towards Main Street. Does the Main Street approach work? One thing Main Street does is track reinvestment statistics, and that's important at the national and state level, but it's also important for the local community so that you can measure your success, so that you can be accountable, and so that local programs can demonstrate what they're achieving to their local governments and their stakeholders and supporters. Nationally, from 1980 to 2011, Main Street districts across the nation saw $53 billion in investment, leveraging a ratio of 18 private dollars for every one public dollar invested. So that's pretty impressive. Main Street districts together added a net 104,000 businesses and over 448,000 jobs, and saw 229,000 building rehab projects. So that again speaks to the impact that the Main Street movement is having on our historic commercial districts. And finally, we track volunteer hours. Here in Colorado, for example, between 2000 and 2008, our Main Street programs benefited from over 41,000 hours of volunteer effort with an estimated current value of over $900,000. So that's the way communities are coming together to make Main Street a reality. So how do state and local governments participate in Main Street? While the Main Street program is a program of the National Trust for Historic Preservation, it's not a hierarchical program. Most states have their own coordinating program, and there are over 1,200 local governments participating across the United States. Goals are set locally, organizations are built locally. Our state coordinating program really serves to provide guidance and support to those local efforts. Often, local government is a member or supporter of the Main Street program. That may be through offering services during special events, such as traffic direction, road closure, police protection, hanging of banners, and so forth, are often ways city government can contribute. Often, city governments also provide operating funds, and we advise an ideal mix is for a program to be about 1/3 publicly funded, so there's a diversity of funding coming in. It's also important for local governments to realize that they control a lot of what goes on downtown, from how public parking is managed, to the design and maintenance of sidewalks and street lighting, to big decisions like whether the new city hall or library or rec center is located downtown or if it's located elsewhere. Cities also apply zoning, building, and sign codes downtown. So it's important to recognize that all of these decisions have an impact on how the downtown can develop. It gets more complicated if Main Street is a state highway, where organizations like your state DOT will have a say on signage and design. So it's important that Main Street and the city work together towards a common vision and common goals. And finally, Main Street should be accountable. Here in Colorado, we often advise that our Main Street programs present at least once annually to their city council and stakeholders to demonstrate that they're accountable and they're being stewards of the resources they receive.
It's nice to see you in town again. It's final orders, they're closed at 10:30. Everywhere's closed now. Let's go for a walk. St. Mary's graveyard is buried in snow. Oh, chance meetings must come from above.